Well, I'm here today in support of the Scottish Trade Union Congress There's a Better Way campaign for fair taxation, protection of jobs and services and a living wage. And in particular in opposition to the cuts that are coming our way in public services, defence of jobs, and in liaison with our communities. It's very, very important that the trade union and labour movement ties up with the communities which are under attack.
I'm worried about jobs, I'm worried about the quality of service that we can provide. I'm worried about the effects on colleagues who work in the voluntary sector, seeing their jobs disappear. And I'm worried about just the most fragile and vulnerable people being targeted quite ruthlessly by these shameless people.
Bankers who have actually been bailed out by public money and still getting these fantastic wages, whereas your old age pensioner, you're unemployed, and there's going to be a lot more unemployed. That's coming up too, that's inevitable. So I say take to the streets and do something about it.
From government spending, 18 billion cuts from the welfare budget over the next 4 years.
Working people are going to be devastated. I can remember the Thatcher years, and you think to yourself once in a lifetime is enough. Well, this is going to be twice as bad, I think, when these cuts really hit home.
For the Tories, this is not a financial crisis, but a long-awaited opportunity. The cuts are being used to reshape the economy in the interests of business and to trash the public sector.
Bankers they've been the architects of this disaster as far as I'm concerned. It's just set the scene for the Tories to bring in a series of cuts, which is what they're good at.
His cabinet of privilege, his cabinet of millionaires, and his friends with inheritance trusts and offshore accounts. They cut benefits, they slash welfare, they hit the poor, while they hide their assets and their havens abroad. They're not in it for us, they're in it for themselves.
There are 18 millionaires in that cabinet, and I'm on £65 a week, job seekers allowance. Try one of them to come and live my life. 18 millionaires who retreat to their castles and tell us to eat cake.
A new economic strategy is required, which is around public investment, job creation and tax justice.
Tax. And let's hit the ones at the top of the tax fee. There's a guy there, what is £200,000 a week for playing football. There's a lot more business people than that. Let's hit them first before you hit our working class or our ordinary punters.
They don't need to be cutting back. It shouldn't be us that have to pay for other people's mistakes. It's not our fault. We should not be made to pay for this. It should be the people who cause the situation that pay for it, not us, the workers.
We're not going back to the dark days of Thatcher. We're not seeing Scottish communities destroyed by this government. We're going to stand side by side and shoulder to shoulder with the people and the most vulnerable people in society, the working people in society. Unless you want to see your society totally and absolutely devastated, you really need to get behind this and protest in any democratic way you can. But if needs be, yeah, but some civil disobedience as well. But get behind these campaigns. It's the only way. It's the only voice we've got.